Hey, good evening, beautiful souls. Hope everybody's having a good life. We're on a Tuesday, probably close to 8 o'clock, maybe quarter to 8. Beautiful evening. Um, I think we're in the mid 80s, maybe or low 80s. Beautiful day today. We got up to about 94. I love this hot weather, man. I love this hot weather. It I do so well in the hot versus the cold. I mean, I do fine in the cold. I think the older I get, just the more tolerable I am in the weather. I went over to a friend's house the other day. A friend. I mean, it was it was it was cool. I went over there. I felt comfortable. I didn't feel out of place. Like the energy felt good. There was another guy there. I wasn't comfortable with this guy. Um, felt funny. Felt weird. Um, anyway, but he left him. It was a guy and his girlfriend, and it was cool, But I'm not a very sociable person. I don't. This is it mostly. I just chill out. I stay home. People have disappointed me too many times for me to seek after a person to go hang out with, or somebody to come hang out with me. You know what I mean? It's not that me. It's not me. How you doing there, kitty? It's my neighborhood cat. Anyway, it's just not me, but I've decided to go. Get out. I'm always stuck at the house, so it was on a day I didn't have to work the next day, right? Um, I can't remember what I was saying. I lost my train of thought. Oh, so yeah, I went over to this guy's house and I had a good time. The energy was really good. It was. I felt comfortable. I hung out pretty late. Like I hung out for hours. That's not me. I'm usually looking for a way out. But if I start hanging around with too many people, I don't. I get enough of that at work. I got birds. I'll leave out bird seed for it. But anyway, it was weird. But I felt comfortable. But it's not something I do. I might do that maybe once or twice a year. I might do that. But anyway, I don't remember where I was going with this. Um, I forgot where I was going with this. I get to talking and I lose my train of thought. But I've been consuming the Bible a lot, like a whole lot, to where, you know, people have a certain way they talk, and you hear it a lot, like a lot. There's a lot of people in the world, and you get out, and it's like you hear the same things, right? Like there's a repeating. What's happening is people is in the same rhythm as the world says they should be, right? And I look at it as like a music note. You're in that tune with the world. You're speaking the way the world says you should speak, and not necessarily saying what they tell you to say, but just in a language, just in a lingo, just in an attitude, right? Just with that attitude. And I don't go the world way, right? It's like I'm not drawn after that world. I don't speak the way that they say. So when I'm out hanging out with a friend, I don't know how to socialize. That's where I was trying to go. I don't know how to socialize. I don't know how to act. I don't know how to talk. I've got things in my head. If when I feel comfortable around people, I talk, and I just say what I want to say. What's inside? What, you know what I'm saying? This box, this voice box that wants to talk and wants to share, things with people, and things that are coming into my mind, and things that are coming in, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you hear talk about people that are, let's say, schizophrenic, and they hear people talking, right? And they act in a way, and it's pretty psychotic. If you think about it, that like people that are schizophrenic, they go into a mental hospital, right? Like, they're pretty crazy, they're pretty psychotic. And these voices that they're hearing typically will tell them, you know, maybe to do bad things, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, right? I hear, and it's not a voice, it's not an audible voice, but it's like God speaks. I can hear him speaking, and when I speak, it's coming from him, right? It's not coming from me, right? And that's not the same scenario, I guess, as being schizophrenic at all. I'm not hearing people actually talking. It's just there, right? It's just imprinted. It's flowing through me, right? Like, I'm gonna use some words, and these words fall in line with Buddhism and Hinduism. You know what I'm saying? We have these spiritual points in our body, right? And each one of these points, these spiritual points, and we know we have them because they affect our physical. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't heal from the mental if you got the physical. It's hard to heal from the physical if you got the mental, right? They affect certain parts of our body, our back, you know what I'm saying? All kinds of things in our body. We can feel these feelings. And those are controlled by certain spiritual points that are in our body. And when you can clear those out, you know, because they hold emotions in certain ones, like especially if you got like a broken heart, it'll reside here. It won't flow through. It's like your whole body, the whole system is a drain. I've explained this before. It's like a drainage, and most people's are clogged up. They got a hairball lower in the point, the spiritual points, right? They've got stomach issues. You know what I'm saying? Like digestive issues by what they eat. You know, that crap. You know what I mean? The chemicals, man-made chemicals, just reside there, and you have digestive issues and stomach issues. What most people do. Most people do have those issues. Fear, fear, depression, it resides at the root, at the very bottom. Like, you can't, if you have that emotion, it won't clear itself out. If you heal that stuff, which it takes time, if you can heal these points in your body, you know, start treating yourself right, try self-love, you know what I'm saying, become love. Love heals everything. You know what I mean? Like, worry, stress, fear, depression, that kills. That you can see that on people's faces. It kills people. It gives them heart disease and all kinds of crazy, you know, high cholesterol, all kinds of crazy diseases. You know, just from stress and worry. You know, your heart, it's not healthy. And if you can figure out how to clear these things out, what happens is, even the mind, you know what I'm saying, even this, if you can get out of that program, and people probably think I'm absolutely insane, but once you enter into school, they're teaching you out of books that they're writing. They're just coming up with stories. You know what I'm saying? Just these scenarios. It's all basic stuff. The purpose for that is to not teach you anything about math or English or social studies. You know, all this stuff is useless stuff. I mean, math, you'll definitely need to be using math, but it's not the point of reading. It's not the point of science. It's not the point of chemistry and, you know, whatever other. It's about stimulating the child's mind to make it evolve more the way they want you to be, to grow up, to be educated, to find a job and start giving to the community, right? This is what this is about, ultimately. So once you get into school, that's what they do. They put your ass in school. Here you go. You show them what to do. Pull them out of the spiritual world. Pull them out of, you know what I'm saying, that subconscious mind, that imagination, all that. Right? This is the program. You find yourself into a religion because you don't know the Bible, you don't understand it. I got to be around people, you know what I mean, other people. I'm lonely. I want to have some friends, which are all wrong reasons to get into a religion. Most people find themselves in a religion because of that aspect. But once you get into that religion, you start listening to this man preach, you know, and he's giving you things to do and teaching you things that he thinks this is what God's telling him to do. I'm not saying that isn't, but I'm just saying you're hearing this. I know this for a fact because I've lived it, and I know people that are living it now. But if you can get out of this program mind, disconnect from it, it's all BS. And it was easy for me because I never bought it. I never did terrible. I was awful in school, not because I was dumb. I just didn't care. I wasn't buying it. Church, religion, I never bought any of that. I never cared. But get out of that, and you free yourself. If you can clear out these emotional points, you clear yourself, and you'll get knowledge. You're opened up. This part is opened up now. If you're disconnected from this controlled world, right? This controlled world, you've opened up to the spiritual world now. And there's God teaching you, not man. God's teaching you now. That's what he's doing. He's teaching me. So I don't listen to this world anymore. And I listen to the other world, and I speak from that world. Not the man world, but the God world. And I've been studying the Bible for a long time, like Genesis to Revelations, over and over and over again. And I catch things all the time. And it's crazy, but I was talking to somebody about marriage, right? And nowhere in the Bible does it talk about a man and a woman standing before another man to get married, right? And I thought about it because it says that Adam and Eve were husband and wife. It mentions this in the Bible, right? But there were no other men in the world, just Adam and Eve. Meaning these two were joined in matrimony, whatever you call it, holy matrimony, by God, right? He joined them together as one, became one flesh, right? I don't believe there's one scripture in the Bible where it talks about a man and a woman stood before another man to get married. I don't think there's one single scripture in there. I have not heard it. I've read a lot about marriage and husband and wife, right? I've read a lot about that, but it doesn't say who married them, right? If you find the verse, let me know. But I've been looking for it. I've actually been studying it. Most people who get themselves in a relationship typically get into it because they're lonely. Religious folks, they find them a girlfriend inside the church. They get close, just like a man and a woman, or a girl or a boy that are in a relationship, and they start falling in love. And I don't believe that's what it is, falling in lust, because your hormones are raging. Most of those people, they get in relationships very young. They keep it inside the church. And they have these sexual desires because they find themselves in predicaments and situations and scenarios, right? And you're resisting, but it's so difficult to resist. And the longer you stay together, the more times you find yourself alone, the temptation grows stronger. The devil grows stronger. That's what he's doing. He's a tempter. So let me get myself in a marriage because I want to have sex. And that's selfish. That's a selfish reason. You're only thinking about yourself. You're not thinking about the other person. Or I'm lonely. I'm going to get myself into a relationship because I'm lonely. That's a terrible reason to get yourself in a relationship. That's a selfish reason. A lot of people find themselves in relationships for financial reasons. I found myself in my first marriage because it was financial. There was some financial help. I think I was low income at that time, barely making it. The combined income it made things easier, right? Which is the wrong, which again is the selfish reason. Well, what do we do to get ourselves in a relationship? We don't have to be with anybody. God's got one person for us. Because if we get married and we get divorced, and we get remarried, we've committed adultery in God's eyes. That's one of the top sins, adultery. Thou shalt not, or don't commit adultery, right? That's one of the top. So if that was the case, then we would all go to hell, those who have been married. But those people were meant to teach you a lesson, right? These people were meant to teach us a lesson. If we get ourselves in a marriage and it destroys us, because what's happening is usually you'll get yourself into an argument, right? You'll start arguing and fighting. The arguing and fighting is trying to teach you what to heal in yourself. It's a mirror. You're around each other all the time, right? You're mirroring each other's emotions. And you act on it. Well, you know what, you're acting the same, and you guys are battling to the point where you just have to separate, right? All that arguing and fighting is teaching you. You gotta pay attention, teaching you on what you need to work on. Your triggers, right? But we gotta pay attention. But the thing is we don't pay attention. We don't learn our lesson. We're too immature. So what happens is we get ourselves into another marriage. Probably the same type of scenario as it was before. Maybe the giver or taker scenario. Right? One's a giver, one's a taker, right? And you get back in there again and you start arguing again, right? And it's still, some people don't grasp it. They can get themselves in 3 or 4 or 5 marriages or relationships. You're not listening. God's trying to teach you. These people, He's doing this to everybody, but all are called and few are chosen. You got to pay attention. We don't really need to be with anybody. God, like I said, God's got somebody for us. We fall in love with our solitude. We fall in love with ourselves. We've healed ourselves through these damaging relationships to the point where I don't need to get myself into another relationship. I'm good. I'm good by myself. I'm good. I see what people do in the name of love, right? I see what people do. That's not godly. That's worldly. That's ego. That's not of God. Most people get themselves in relationships and marriages ordained by man, not God. We're only destined to be with one person. And most people don't find that one person because they don't learn their lesson. And they'll go through their whole life bound for misery. It's so many people claim to be smart. But even the ones that are your smartest find themselves in this scenario. Don't figure it out. Figure it out. They're trying to teach you. Learn your lesson and move on. I got into 2 marriages. I hadn't learned my lesson. It didn't take me long to learn my lesson on my second one. Not at all. I don't know if you saw the cat. Fall in love with your loneliness. Fall in love with yourself, right? Treat yourself right. Eat healthy. Try to be as healthy as you can. Drink plenty of water. Stay away from the news. Stay away from TV. Stay away from social media. You know what I mean? Stay away from all these things. It's only there to program you and to keep you down. Fall in love with yourself. Treat yourself right. And what's going to happen is it's going to take the most specialist of person for you to take, for you to open yourself up to, right? It's going to have to take somebody super special, right? Don't become desperate. Channel your energy. Absorb yourself. If you're in a position where you're lonely, you've got that temptation, stop it. Like, just figure it out. Figure out what you need to do. It's just not healthy. It's only aging you. Stay away from that. Stop it and wake up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need it. That drive that you've got, I've got to be with somebody, it's only dimming your light. It's damaging you. Be happy with yourself. Fall in love with yourself. Don't be, you know what I'm saying, like egotistical or prideful or arrogant. Of course not. Humble yourself, of course. Become free. Love you guys. Marriage is not in the Bible. Marriage is from man. And I read some scripture. After I had been speaking to somebody about this. And I've been meditating now, not as often, because I'm getting way too deep in it and I'm afraid I might not come out. So I've been intuitively slowing down. So maybe about once a week now, just for now. But I've been speaking about people about this for a couple of days, certain folks. And when I went into scripture and started to read, I read Luke chapter 20, 35 and 36. And it speaks about those that are living their life by the world are married and then given in marriage. This is what it says. Read it. It was confirmation. Marriage is from the world. If you're seeking a man, you're seeking a liar. Some people just don't get it. Some people, okay, I'll keep living my life like this and lower my vibration. All right, I love you guys. Godspeed.